Oh yeah, I'm flipped. I basically just got out of bed for this thing. Funny Nintendo Direct. Starts in 3 minutes now. I don't really have any specific predictions because I've not really played on Switch in a while, but if I had to say, I mean, of course we'll probably see Metroid Prime 4. I'm very excited for that. Here's the thing, I called Klonoa. I actually called it when that was announced in the Direct, so maybe we'll see more Klonoa? I don't know. That's the dream. But other than that, I don't really have anything specific. Maybe we'll see a tiny bit of Legends ZA, probably not, but it's possible. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And most of it's gonna be slop anyway, because most of it's third-party, kids games, whatever. But there could be some cool stuff in there too, you never know. You never know. Ooh, it's 10 o'clock. That means you're late, Nintendo! Never mind, you're on time. Dragon Quest, I think. Interesting first game to start with, Dragon Quest. At least I think it's Dragon Quest. Looks like it. Yeah, that's Dragon Quest, I think. Yeah, I like the HD 2D style. I love that Square Enix is doing more of that. I've never played a Dragon Quest, I probably should. At some point. Yup. 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. Nice. A bit funny that they're just straight up calling it HD 2D in the title.
Hello everyone. I'm Shinya Takahashi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct.
Hello there.
Today, we'll be providing information on upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
That's what you promised.
We'll also have a Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2 on April 2nd.
Oh, we know.
Please tune in for that as well. What you just saw was Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake from Square Enix.
Enix? Enix? Enix?
Another character
Whatever.
appeared at the end. Okay, let's see the first batch of headlines.
Okay.
Escape from dire straits.
I thought that was Lethal Company for a split second. It is not. What is it, though?
2 minutes until oxygen 0.
Help me.
Oh, it's this kind of game. Okay.
The latest entry
Spike
in the
Chunsoft.
The Somnium Files series is stirring. You conduct interviews.
So that's what they were working on and not Mystery Dungeon. I mean, I'd rather they work on other things. That makes sense.
Dreams to rescue Iris.
Is this space?
No sleep for unleash the supernatural.
What?
A classic Atlas action RPG returns with
Oh, this is from Atlas. Okay.
and enhanced gameplay. Set in the capital city in the year Taisho 20.
Okay, I'm interested
Ryo
now.
Kuzunoha makes his living as an apprentice detective. Ryo must investigate a series of supernatural cases. Fight in real
It's this
time
giant, like,
alongside
dog
demons you
following it
summon.
in the overworld.
With
That's
your
funny.
demons to strike an enemy's weak point, then follow
Weak.
up with a powerful attack.
Crit.
Cooperation is the key to victory. Demons can also be useful outside of
Oh. Hi, Jack
and
Frost.
their powers are helpful in finding solutions during investigations.
So I have no clue what this is. Is this like
Guide Raiden
before Persona? I don't know when this came out.
as he uncovers
I'm
a conspiracy
guessing it's before
that will shake the
Persona,
capital to its core.
but
Raido Remastered: The Mystery of the
I'll have to
Soulless
look into
Army
that.
launches on Nintendo Switch June 19th.
neat.
Consume darkness. With your memories gone, you have been summoned to a strange, unfamiliar world. Where you're greeted by a yellow orb known as
Okay. On the
But
nose.
who is this spherical stranger? As Puck guides you on your journey, you'll delve deeper into the expansive world.
Is this a Metroidvania?
By examining your
Ooh.
surroundings, you can phase shift and combine with Puck to explore areas you couldn't reach before.
Okay. That's a Namco game, yo.
But tread lightly.
Okay, looking at those animations, those are like mobile game animations.
You'll collect resources
Like, what?
that can then be used
Okay.
to enhance your abilities.
I'm not that bugged by it.
Shadow Labyrinth launches
Okay.
on Nintendo Switch, July 18th.
If that is a Metroidvania, that actually looks really cool. I might look into that.
The rhythmic
Oh,
march
this.
begins.
Batapon.
Remasters
I did
of
not think it would
Patapon
come to
and
Switch.
Patapon 2 are drumming onto Nintendo Switch as one bundle.
Oh, I thought that was a Sony property. I guess it isn't.
Different
Okay.
commands to the Patapon army, from the horse riding
So it's a rhythm
to the
game
shield savvy Tatepon.
fused with like
Build up your
tactics.
battalion
That's pretty
to take
cool.
on hordes
I've never
of
played
fierce
this.
foes.
I just know it exists.
Welcome to Zephyrtown, a cozy place nestled in a windswept valley. This is where your new life begins.
Okay. Sure.
First cropping up on the Nintendo DS system, this immersive
Oh, it's a DS
life sim
port,
has
like
no
remake.
shortage of
Okay.
activities to get up to.
Not a port.
You must be the new farmer.
Caring for animals.
Oh, this.
Then sell your produce and other wares.
Can
in the
you tell
town's
I played
weekly
Smash
bazaar.
Brothers?
Plus, taking advantage of Zephyrtown's windy conditions can make travel and other tasks a breeze.
That is cool. Farming sims, like farming life sims, I'm not really super into personally, but this does look
Winds of
pretty cool.
change are coming.
Cool.
Please look forward to the latest entry in the Story of Seasons series. Next, please take a look at this.
At this. What's this? Okay. That's a spaceship, I think. Yes! Yes. Metroid Prime 4. Yeah! Gameplay.
This is the unknown planet EndeavourOS.
Few rows. Okay.
Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle with a colossal tree at its center. In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward.
Mm-hmm. That's the Metroid Prime thing.
She's not alone, though. Abhorrent, alien creatures living in the jungle are waiting to strike.
Missiles, cool.
As she explores the planet, Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers. Psychic abilities.
Oh.
These powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms
Oh, that's what the hand is for. Okay.
and to open doors. They also allow her to control the trajectory of her beams.
Oh, okay.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus? And what will be her fate after being summoned to EndeavourOS?
Metroids are in this.
Threads intertwining beyond space and time.
Still no release date. A new suit, nice. That looks pretty
It
cool.
looks like even more challenges await Samus.
Ready to stir up some mischief?
Yeah, the Metroid stuff looks really cool. I'm glad they're giving Metroid a lot more
Once upon a
spotlight.
time, Magical Potion Cafe.
Oh, I don't care.
As the new Potionista, Disney
I don't have that many thoughts on the Metroid Prime game. I'm just happy that they're giving more spotlight to Metroid in general. It's pretty cool.
Summon a spellbinding adventure.
Ooh. Pixel art game, love to see those.
Welcome to Witchbrook College, where students strive to master the magical arts. During class,
From Chucklefish,
use
okay.
magic circles to perform rituals,
That's
fly on brooms,
sure.
and learn advanced techniques to go from witch in training to skilled spellcaster. Plus, up to 4 players can make magic together in online co-op.
Neat. Looks cool.
Action, adventure, and arcade games await.
Ooh, this is my kind of
On a
thing.
fantastical mission to eliminate a mysterious deity. In this hand-drawn platforming adventure, you'll explore an expansive archipelago where nightmares
Archipelago!
upgrade your trusty king with magical parts. Then use its abilities to find your own path through the enchanting world.
This
Can
looks
you
really
uncover
cool.
the secrets the archipelago holds? Find out when the Eternal Life of Goldman launches on Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Okay.
Celebrate the 40th anniversary of Gradius with a collection of arcade shoot-'em-up games
Shmups.
from across the series. Titles include Gradius,
Gradius.
Salamander, Life Force, Gradius 2, Gradius 3, and Salamander 2. Some titles come with multiple versions, including ones from different regions and launch years.
Okay.
Plus, take the helm in a brand new entry, Salamander 3.
Ooh. New shmup.
Gradius Origins launches on the Nintendo Switch system August 7th. Battle to the beat in Rift of the Necrodancer.
Oh.
Use the corresponding buttons in each lane to fight monsters in rhythm-based combat. Plus, more musical
I need to
mayhem
play
awaits
this.
in the Celeste
I
Music
think it's
Pack
already
DLC.
a thing
And
on
be
PC.
on the lookout for more DLC in the future. Rift of the Necrodancer launches on Nintendo Switch later
They've
today.
definitely raised eyebrows with the Pizza Towers
Let's
stuff.
see
Okay.
what's in store.
Very cool.
Welcome to Tamagotchi Plaza, a brand new entry in the Tamagotchi Connection series.
Okay.
With a friend at
This
the
is a game my little sister
and
would play probably,
arrange plays
but
at the
not
afternoon
me.
tea shop. Your help.
Well, maybe. I've not seen her in a
Provide
bit.
good customer service. June 27th.
Alright. Didn't really care about that. Oh, they do show it. Okay. Didn't think they would, but they did. Alright.
Welcome
Pidgey.
to Pokemon Legends ZA, a new title in the Pokemon series. The setting is this metropolis that also appeared in the Pokemon X and Pokemon Y games.
Yup, sure
Lumio
did.
City. To make it easier for people and
The monkeys are
Pokemon to
in.
exist, a
Cool.
company named Quasartico Inc. is carrying out an urban redevelopment plan. Here, we'll get
All
a
right.
glimpse into the lives of the Pokemon and people of Lumio City. How Pokemon can live comfortably, even within the city.
Patrat as well.
But they might be hostile. If you sense trouble, get to safety. There are Pokemon outside wild zones too. But when night falls, the city's aura transforms. Highly
Oh.
skilled trainers are invited to participate in a tournament, the ZA Royale.
Okay.
Trainers await in battle zones.
I am very interested now.
If you're spotted, they'll challenge you to battle. During battles, using a super effective move at the right moment is key.
I love the move dodging that's in this. It's very cool.
And with Mega Evolution, some Pokemon can power up even more.
But that is a thing.
You'll start at rank Z and work your way up to rank A.
Oh, the alphabet.
Trainers who reach the top
Wow.
are said to have a wish granted. At night, our two
This looks
sides
really
to
cool.
Lumio City.
My biggest
It
concern...
seems there are even more switches on Nintendo Switch later
Cool.
this year.
My concern is they got rid of, like, the action dodging
In
stuff.
Lumio City, where
We'll
the game
see.
is set, the aura transforms between day
Because
and
they've
night.
not shown it
Seems
at
there are
all.
even more secrets to. Next, please take a look at this.
Hello there. Boop. The game you're about to see, boop, doesn't have a big, epic story. Boop. But what it does have is lots of funny...
Rhythm Heaven?
Boop. You wanna see? Boop.
Are they actually bringing back Rhythm Heaven?
It sounds easy,
Huh.
but the timing is super tricky. Boop.
Fantastic. I did not think they would bring this back. Yup.
Get into the rhythm with a brand new entry in the Rhythm Heaven series.
2026. Fair enough, but whoa.
Rhythm Heaven Groove. We hope you're looking
I bet everyone in that community is insanely happy right now.
Next, we have news
Nice.
about the use of digital games on your system.
Oh?
Please take a look.
Okay.
With game cards, you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch system and a Legend of Zelda game in this one, freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want.
Mm-hmm.
But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the Virtual Game Card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games.
Okay.
When purchasing the digital version of a game, it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title. Your digital games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen.
Alright.
Here, you can load and eject your virtual game cards and manage which games you can play on your system.
Alright. That's interesting, I
If you have
guess.
two Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second.
Oh,
Play this game
I
on
see
the
what they're
second
doing.
system, wherever and whenever you want. Just as if you had inserted a physical game card. With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to 2 systems.
This is actually less convenient.
Local communication with your second system is required, but only the first time.
Local communication. Okay. Local helps, but that's still more... Oh wait, linking.
You can also lend out virtual game cards to your Nintendo account family group members. Connect to your family group members.
You know what? Actually, that might be okay. I'm thinking about it. I have thoughts about this.
And who you're lending it to. And you're done. They can now play on their own system. You can only lend one game
Okay.
at a time to a particular
One at a
person.
time.
Games can be lent
to
out
each
for
person.
2 weeks.
Okay.
After which they will automatically return to you.
So data will not be erased. Cool.
Making digital games even easier to use.
Huh.
Virtual game card.
And then the old system, I saw at the bottom, the old system's still there. Okay. I have thoughts about this.
Between Nintendo Switch systems,
I'll kind of go into it at the
as
end,
well
I
as to
think.
Nintendo Switch 2 systems. This feature is planned to be added via a system update in
Late April. Happy birthday?
at more Nintendo Switch games.
Alright. Okay. High on Life. From the same people that wrote... What was it, Rick and Morty, right? Neat. Star Overdrive, never heard of it. Wandering Village. Okay, looks cool. That actually looks really cool. King of Meat. Blues Lagoon. Okay. Oh god, the frame rate. Oh no.
Uncover history once
I'm
more.
sorry that that's my first impression, but make your frame rate better. Oh god.
An HD remaster of Saga Frontier 2 is venturing onto Nintendo Switch. Will the
More
explorer,
RPGs.
two
Never heard
heroes
anybody.
whose fates and
That does not
legacies
look
will
very good.
intertwine across generations in this epic RPG.
Maybe YouTube isn't doing it any favors, but the
Experience
backgrounds
original
look
story,
so bad.
Along with brand new events that expand the vibrant world of Sondale. And transfer
At a
staff
glance, it
well
looks like
through
some
the
of those really
vibrant
bad
area
PC
system.
ports that Squeenix initially made, and that's not a good
Finishing the
thing.
main story, you can test your mettle and might against even more powerful bosses.
Like,
What histories will you uncover through the ages?
oh my god, the walk
Saga
cycle. No.
Frontier 2
Squeenix, why?
Remastered launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
That doesn't look very good.
Monumental adventures await. Embark on
Expect better from
peaceful
Squeenix.
journeys
What is
across
this?
series of beautiful puzzle games. Wander through isometric worlds.
Ah,
filled
puzzle
with
games.
stunning
Okay.
landscapes to manipulate, optical illusions to discover, and mystifying secrets to unfold. Guide Ro in her adventure through motherhood as she and her child unlock the secrets of the sacred geometry.
Whoa.
Games contain all their additional chapters,
Trippy.
add-ons, and DLC. The first two Monument Valley games launch on Nintendo Switch April 15th. Pre-orders begin later today.
Not a very big
on
puzzle
Nintendo
person, but that's
eShop.
pretty cool. That's
And
pretty cool.
Help Noor on her journey to restore the world's light in Monument Valley 3, setting sail on Nintendo Switch. this
Monument
summer.
Valley fans eating good. Golf? Okay. Okay.
A brand
The
new
frame
entry
rate.
from Everybody's Golf series is driving onto Nintendo Switch. Perform backspins, side
What?
spins, and other special shots. In the single-player challenge
Okay.
mode, compete in tournaments and face off against a range of rivals to become the ultimate golfer. In Wacky Golf, your shots could get pulled into holes, or obstacles might fall. It's golf that's not quite par for the course. Up to 4
Admittedly, that's
golfers
pretty
can
cool.
hit the fairway together locally
I don't care about
or
anything
in
else
online
though.
play.
Like that's... This game looks whatever.
And get ready to tee off. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots lands on Nintendo Switch this year.
At the same time, I'm not into sports games, so that might be part of it. Yeah. Marvel game. What's
Unite some
this?
of Marvel's greatest superheroes in the fight against evil. Pair up 2 heroes from the roster of 15, including the likes of the spectacular
Okay, a beat 'em up.
Spider-Man
That looks
and
kinda
the
cool.
ferocious Wolverine to take on the challenge. And swap between your team of 2 at any time.
I love the soundtrack direction they're going for. It's very MVC2. I like that.
Plus, up to 4 players can
At least
assemble
at a
for
glance.
local or online co-op play.
Maybe they're going for more arcade.
The battle for the fate of the
That actually
Marvel
might be
universe
more
begins
like what
when
it is.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion launches
.mu
on
game
Nintendo Switch
is
this
probably gonna be
this
good.
holiday.
Yep.
Next
.emu?
is our
MU?
last game
Whatever.
announcement. Please take a look.
Last game announcement, I think he said. Okay. Animal Crossing? Okay. No, it's a me game. Okay.
How refreshing.
Tamagotchi?
Hiya.
It's like a new, yeah, Tomodachi.
Living the dream.
Cool. 2026. Fair enough.
Did you want to talk?
Nice.
Glad that was only a dream.
That was Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. The first new entry in the series in over 10 years.
Yup. The frame rate on that scene's kind of not good. I hope they improve that before launch.
Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct so far.
So far.
Our final announcement,
Final
is
announcement.
something a little different that's not a game. Here's Mr. Miyamoto to introduce it.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct. Since 2011, Nintendo Direct has delivered Nintendo news directly to you. And now, these presentations have grown into an event that many people watch. Thank you all very much. We'll continue to broadcast Nintendo Direct presentations, but we're also launching a new channel based on the concept of delivering information to you directly. This is a smart device app called Nintendo Today,
Another... Okay.
which functions like a daily calendar. In the app, you can view different Nintendo events. We will also be delivering all sorts of content about Nintendo games and characters every day.
Oh!
After the Nintendo Direct for Nintendo Switch 2,
No, this is cool actually.
news about Nintendo Switch 2 will be delivered to you daily and directly through the Nintendo Today app as well.
Alright.
Nintendo Today will be available to download on smart devices later today. Anyone with a Nintendo account can use the app, so please try it out. That's all I have to share. I
Cool.
hope you enjoy using Nintendo Today.
I can tell that's edited in. Good job.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Thank you for watching.
Alright, cool. That's an okay direct. Not much crazy going on, but I guess also that's not surprising. Okay, let's go back to the game card thing. So I like the idea, actually, of, like, transferring... It actually might not be as bad as I thought it might be at first, because what my first thought was, okay, they're directly tying game licenses to your console and not letting you move it very easily, and that could potentially cause issues. Like, what if you don't have an internet connection, you cannot get digital games that you already purchased? I mean, that's already a problem, but, you know, there's not much you can do about that because it's digital. Let me grab the VOD, since YouTube is weird. Okay, so, the digital game cards. This is cool. I like this. This is a very nice way to, like, solve the digital ownership issue. Because you buy the game, you have the game card, it's yours. It's saved on your system. This is a great way to do it. I think every company should be doing this. I think it's fantastic. Obviously, we'll have to see how it works when it comes out, but this is pretty great. So let's play through it again.
Introducing the virtual game card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games. When purchasing the digital version of the game, it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title.
Okay. This is pretty great. So what this kind of means, because before, okay, let's talk about software hacking, because it is a thing. You cannot deny that it exists, right? With software custom firmware, like mod chipping to Nintendo Switch, part of it, you need to like set the console to be your primary device, otherwise nothing runs. Because it has to connect to the internet, and Nintendo's telemetry is really strong and you don't want to trip it, right? This kind of indirectly solves that. You can, let me go to the, loading on a second system.
Card from one, and load it onto the second. Now you can play this game on the second system, wherever.
This is kind of concerning, the internet connection part. That's kind of concerning, and I thought it would be an issue until a certain point.
Local communication with your second system is required, but
this, okay, it might still Like, they just drop local communications required. Does it mean that you can do this local only? I hope so. That would be really nice. Because it means you can lend games, at least temporarily, to your other system. And then there was also the linking aspect, which I thought was really, really nice. Yeah, systems linked virtual game cards can now be loaded. This is really cool. I hope that you can do this only offline. I really hope so. Because that would mean that you can then share your games from a not custom firmware switch with a custom firmware switch, and then do game backups, do save data management, things like that. I hope that's what this means, because I was hoping to mod a Switch Lite, but still have my OLED be my primary switch, and with you having to set your custom firmware switch to be your primary, that's not ideal. So this feature would kind of indirectly help with that. I don't think Nintendo intended to assist that side of things at all, but if it works entirely offline, which I hope it does just for game preservation in general, and for game ownership in general, I hope they make it work that way. But I still do like the game card, like the virtual game card idea, and then it says, by navigating to user settings, online license settings, you can set off to connect to the internet to start up software, which is already how it works, so you can revert back to the old system if you prefer that. So they're not getting rid of the old system, and I think that's fantastic. Does it say anything on their website, I wonder, if they've even updated it yet? Because it's granting the license. The digital game card is your license to play the game. I'll look into it later, and I'll maybe make, I don't know, I'll do something with it. But this is really cool, I like this a lot. Let's see, other overall thoughts. The Today app is kind of cool, I guess. I might check it out, no harm in it. Metroid Prime 4 is awesome. I'll try out some of the platformers that were shown off, but otherwise, like, aside from that, this is kind of a weak direct, and I think that's not a terrible thing, because it kind of hinges on next week's, which I'll also watch with kind of a react video like this, but it's, on its own, this direct's kind of weak. There have been better directs than this. Not that it really matters that much, because it's just, here's the games we're releasing for this console that we're not going to make anymore in not too long from now, like maybe a few years. Yeah. Now, I've also seen a lot of people say, this is the final Nintendo Switch Direct. I don't think so. I don't think that they'll stop, I don't think people will stop releasing games for the Switch, and I think there will still be Switch Directs. Because, when the Switch first came out, there were still Directs showing off both 3DS and Switch games at the same time. I think they're going to do the same thing here. I don't think that they're just going to immediately drop the Switch. Just like that. It'd be nice if they did, because that means, you know, Archipelago and things like that. But they're realistically not going to do that, because backwards compatibility and things like that, that's kind of the whole thing. So, they're not dropping the Switch. They're going to keep the online servers up, because they kind of have to for backwards compatibility's sake. So the Switch is going to last a lot longer as a console than previous Nintendo consoles have. Just because they're very late to the game with online play and things like that, and having a unified storefront. Assuming, of course, that their storefront will be unified. It better be. It's 2025, Nintendo. You better do that. But in terms of that kind of thing, assuming that they have done the legwork, put in the legwork to make a unified storefront for their games, this would kind of mean the Switch is going to stay alive for a lot longer than most Nintendo consoles have, right? So let me think, right? The 3DS Online shut down 1-2 years ago, and so that would mean, and the 3DS came out in 2011, so that would mean 3DS Online, and the eShop was even less than this. 3DS Online play lasted maybe 11-12 years, I think, off the top of my head. Switch is going to last much longer than that. It's already 8 years old. Yeah, 8 years old, almost, around-ish, 8 years old. And so if we were to go by the, like, cycle, in big quotes, cycle, that the 3DS and Wii U started, online would last maybe 5 more years, 6 more years. But I think it's going to last a lot longer than that just because of this. And so, really, I think Nintendo will be less litigious about Switch games overall. But, well, maybe they will. It's hard to say, because it's going to be a lot of their bottom line for the Nintendo Switch 2, at least at first, because of all the, you know, they're starting with an initial gigantic library. That's going to be most of their revenue source still. So that's not going away anytime soon, you know, but I don't know. If anyone watches this, let me know what you think. In the comments, I will definitely be looking at those. Yeah, overall it's an okay Direct. I love the virtual game cards, I love Metroid Prime 4, that's kind of the one Nintendo game I'm looking forward to. But this doesn't kinda make me go, oh, I will buy every Nintendo game, because I don't really care that much. It's still cool though, so let me know what you think, do the things, yeah, just have a good day.